Hey, I'll be reviewing the Schleich, T-Rex, and Velociraptor set. These both are really great figures, and let's take out the Tyrannosaurus Rex first. And this is my second favorite of the miniature dinosaurs that Schleich has released for 2015. This looks really nice. And despite the stance, it can actually balance well, unlike some of the Jurassic World T-Rexes. You can see the detailing that Schleich put into this guy. Especially the face. The face looks really nice. And I kind of don't like the paint job on this. Looks unnatural, but still great. The top, it feels like rubber for some reason, the top scales. And the feel is really good. And this one's a hard plastic, like the Triceratops and Carnotaurus, not a rubber. And also mentioning that, like the carnivores in the miniature line, their jaws aren't articulated. Of course, because they're smaller models. Yeah, and some inaccuracies include the pronated arms and no feathers on this T-Rex. But still a really great figure, and I'm just going to give this guy a rating right now, which is a 9 out of 10. Oh yeah, also the other good detailing here is the skin folds near the leg and the arm. And look, paint on the hand claws and feet claws. Now at least these dinosaurs actually balance well, unlike some of the Jurassic World dinosaurs like the raptors. So let's scale them up quickly with some other figures. Here's the green T-Rex. This is like an adult and juvenile. Next up, the Basher Biter T-Rex. So as you can see, there is just no comparison to this figure. And this figure is larger, so why can't I have some more detail and a better sculpt? Sorry guys, I got interrupted a little bit. But here's a comparison of the Schleich T-Rex to the Chomping Rex. And as you can see, this one has more detailing and a better sculpt than this figure. And final comparison with this guy before we move on to the Raptor. Here's the other figures from this line. And I think it's in scale with all these dinosaurs except these two. And obviously not in scale with the Raptor, because this has to be like a young T-Rex to the Raptor. But speaking of the Velociraptor, let's review him right now. And this is one of my least favorites of the Schleich mini line. It's not horrible, but still my least favorite. Still a pretty good figure. First one is the Therizinosaurus, because it's a pretty bland paint job. And this is, in terms of scientific accuracy, this one is the most inaccurate because no feathers. There's only minimal feathers on the arm and the pronated hands. This one reminds me of the JP Velociraptors. Like, oh yeah, this one reminds me of it too. And I'm just going to scale these guys quickly. Similar sculpts, and you can have a pack of these Velociraptors if you get the Papo and other Schleich ones. But yeah, I still like this one a little bit better than that one. And it's a like softer rubbery plastic like the Giganotosaurus and their Xenosaur. And look, it has toe claws unlike some other toys. And this one's a pretty bland paint job too, because there's only red on the feathers and brown spots near the leg and tail area. And the head is tilted awkwardly too. And it's in a tripod stance like the Carnotaurus, so it has to stand like that. But my favorite part is the head sculpt. Looks very intimidating, especially in that view. And the head kind of looks too much like a T-Rex for some reason. They should have like rounded it a little, or just like put some feathers on it. Really good. So let's scale up to some other Raptor toys. Here's Raptor Blue. She doesn't want to stand there. And I sort of prefer the sculpt on Blue a little more because it looks like a Velociraptor. But at least that one stands. Here's the Alpha Raptor. And again, I prefer the sculpt on this JP Velociraptor because the feathers make it look like a raptor. And the crest, but both are still really great figures. So, here's the giant raptor Charlie. And, oops. And here's Echo. And again, I prefer the sculpts on the Titan Raptors a little more, but these are pretty good figures as well. So final thoughts on this amazing Schleich set. The Velociraptor deserves a 7 out of 10, and the T-Rex deserves a 9 out of 10. So, stay tuned for a review on Echo, and stay tuned for a review on this guy soon. So, yeah, that's all for this review, and like I already said, stay tuned for the reviews of those two JW figures.